Hello. Hello. I am here. Unfortunately, my VTube studio is acting up. Hello, everybody. It is I, your lovely neighborhood reindeer, Kendrillian, and I have to fix VTube studio because of course I do. Yay! I love it! How's everyone doing? I know I've been kind of on and off and blah, 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 blah. But I'm back. I'm back, everybody. The woman moment is over. Invisible deer, watch out. We have so much. Apparently, the stream was set to Monday. And I forgot because originally this was going to be a Monday stream. And then I forgot due to circumstances that happened where I just ended up thinking it was a Tuesday. Oops, that's on me. That's on me. Hello, everybody. How art thou? How art thou? What happening, homie? I ain't your homie. I ain't your homie. But I'm doing pretty good. The woman moment is finally over. Yay, I can stream and concentrate. I actually got a lot done last week. Do you guys like the thumbnail for Thursday? Do you guys love the thumbnail for Thursday? I have been delaying it for so long that I just had to take a week out of my life to be like, I gotta get this done. Do you like the thumbnail for Thursday? We are going to be playing Sonic Adventure. I can't call you homie. Oh, thank you for resubscribing, Ventus. Thank you, guys. What is it? What is it? I can't call you homie. Hi, Ventus. Well, technically, we ain't homies. But I do know, I acknowledge your existence. Existence of us. This is a penguin drum reference. We can be Sonic. Yay, this is happening. Yes, we will finally be playing Sonic. We were supposed to start Sonic in February. I want to be your friend, Kendra, but you can't be my friend. You're my fan. You're like 50 tiers below friend. What is it? 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 Okay, I understand. Yes. Yes, you shall understand. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Yes, we will be finally playing Sonic Adventure 50. Yes. I respect your boundaries. Everybody's 50 steps below friend. I have no friends. My bad for overstepping. Just gonna be lurking this time, doing my gotcha dailies right now. No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Listen, lurk, any type of support is good. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah, no, what is it? I've been planning on doing the Sonic Adventure, like, Let's Play, but February was so chaotic. You know what? You're not wrong about that. Oh, yeah. We finally got remonetized. We got remonetized today because my ID card finally came in. Because what happened was that we were supposed to get it 2 weeks ago, along with doing a bunch of other things 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago, last month in February. So if you guys know, I take care of people, and on the same day I had taken a week break to get stuff done, we got none of it done. And like I had CPR training, and then eventually I ended up running late by like 5 minutes. And when you're not there in 5 minutes, if you're not there ahead of time, you get kicked out of the entire class. And so I was like, all right, let's go get our IDs. Our line was so backed up. We had to go to the city next door to see if they had room, and they were backed up too. Oh, so I had to sit in the DMV like 2 weeks after we were initially going to like get the IDs. And so I pretty much just literally, and then you know what's the most hilarious thing? The day after we missed getting the IDs, the Yowie Girl video blows up and it reaches the 1,000 threshold. And I'm just like, well, I can't even gain off of that video. I thought about pushing all the videos forward because we were so demonetized, but I don't want to do that because something algorithm. I don't care about the algorithm, but I still want to stay in it. You know what I mean? And so that sucked like really badly. I hope you have a great stream. I'm gonna head out. I don't want to make it awkward again. Dang. Sayonara, kuma. Sayonara. Man, so many things happen, and at the same time, so many things just personally happen. So the funny thing was, 2 weeks later, in the same day, we did CPR and we got the IDs done. Boom, we're now remonetized. I am a citizen. I am indeed a citizen again. The funny thing was that I had already been like monetized, and like apparently I'm guessing due to the fact that I was initially monetized, I didn't even notice my ID was expired by a year, and the only reason why I had to get a new one is because YouTube was insistent, and I was like, oh, oops. Oh my gosh, but I need to turn on a fan. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here. Whew. There we go. What is it? Can we like talk? I want to like talk about stuff. Because stuff didn't really happen, but I just kind of want to talk. So, a couple of days ago, you guys remember how I went on that whole thing about how Penguin Drum is like my favorite anime, right? Your girl's gonna have a fangirl rant. She's gonna have the fangirl rant, unfortunately. So, for those that don't know, or new people coming into stream, one of my favorite anime of all time, like my top 5, is Mawadu Penguin Drum. I have the art books. I love all the voice actors. My favorite version of the anime is the English dub. I vouch every single time the English dub is the best way to watch Penguin Drum. The only reason why you wouldn't is for things I'm going to bring up in a little bit. And I was on the Penguin Drum subreddit back to back. Anytime a merch collab happened, anytime an anniversary thing happened, because it was the 10th anniversary a couple of years ago, I was on it. I wanted everyone to know. I wanted everybody to get all the merch items that they wanted to have, because I love the anime that much. It just has a special place in my heart for the aesthetic, the story, everything. And so I mentioned it was the 10th anniversary a couple of years ago, and what happened was that in 2022, they released the anniversary movies, which they were compilation movies added with new animation and all that type of stuff. And I wanted to see it, but I couldn't see it. But recently, I finally got to watch it, and it really sparked my love of anime again. And man, the new scenes were really good and on model, yet feel updated compared to the anime, which came out like 2011, 2010. And with the old animation, it looks so good. Everyone was just so good in their roles. And it's just like, it was just such a really good anime to like just rewatch even as a compilation movies. I did have some critiques with the compilation movies because they took out a lot of my favorite parts. And a lot of it usually has to do with 3 characters. Sanetoshi. What was it? 3 characters. Yes. Sanetoshi, Himari, and Mario. Which Mario doesn't get a lot of screen time anyway. Hello, Trench. We're talking about Penguin Drum. One of my all-time favorites. So, as I was trying to, I was appreciating Penguin Drum, I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I like this director. I just like his works. I'm going to, what is it? Penguin Drum, what's that? It's one of my favorite animes of all time. I cannot describe it to you. You would have to watch it yourself. It is one of those types of animes. It's like the experience of it all. You know what I mean? So what is it? So what is it? And so I'm embracing, and I'm just like, I love Penguin Drum, and I love Ikuhara, the director who made Penguin Drum. And I'm thinking, you know what? I've put it off long enough. I want to watch Utena. You guys know, I don't like Yuri. However, when I picked up Utena, I really like the fact that it is more character driven, like Penguin Drum. There's a lot of elements in it that you see in Penguin Drum. And it is so good. And so, one of the characters, my favorite characters, surprisingly enough, while I do like Anthe and while I do like Utena, my favorite characters are Wakaba and the 2 girls that are in the in-between segments of Utena. And I noticed one of the characters sounded kind of similar to one of the Recycle, because the movies were called Recycle of the Penguin Drum, sounded similar to Princhu from Recycle. And I was like, this can't be her from back then, right? She sounds familiar. Hi, Mirai. And I go to look it up, and I find out that the Recycle movies got an English dub. And I was kind of shocked by that, because I thought that they would not dub the movies. Now, you're probably wondering, Kendra, what do you mean? So, there's a reason why I say this. Penguin Drum is one of the anime that I will vouch for wholeheartedly that is best watched dub. It is the best watched series that is dubbed. And it's not nostalgia. I went back and I listened to it. It is good. One of my favorite speeches of all time is from Himari's English voice actor, Monica Riel, and something Gibbs. I can't remember. Not Sam Gibbs. But basically the English voice actor of Sanetoshi. And their voices are not only experienced because they've been dubbing for a long time, but there is some things in the Japanese version that you can tell for some characters they're amateur compared to the dub counterpart. This is more me because I listen to sub and I like to fine tune my ears if somebody has a good or bad performance. And in Penguin Drum's case, the main actress, Miho Arakawa, this was her first role in anime period. I do not like her voice as Himari because Monica captures Himari very, very well in a very specific way, because if you know Penguin Drum, Himari is a young, naive girl who has a lot of depression and a lot of unforgiveness. So when I hear the original Japanese, I do not hear that. And so when I checked out the redubbed anime, because I knew something was going to be changed if they did dub it. I did not think they were, but I knew something was going to change. And they redubbed it, and it was so bad. It was so bad. I cannot even describe to you how bad it is. Because the English voice actors, they got to replace everyone. Because I knew they were going to replace one guy. So, for those that don't understand, there is this guy. His name was, I think it was Illich. And he plays the garbage man in Clannad. You guys know which character I'm talking about if you've known Clannad, the English dub. He plays that guy. He also plays Kuze in F A Tale of Melodies and Memories. He has a very distinct voice, and it works in Penguin Drum because everyone's a distinct character, and everybody's blah, 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 blah. And I was wondering how they were going to handle a redub, or if they would have reused the original dub, because for those that don't know, or for those that do, the original VA for one of the characters, Kanba, Shoma, and Himari, specifically Kanba, who he voiced, had, to put it bluntly, ran away with a 16-year-old to get married in Vegas. And was promptly kicked out of the voice acting community, just a little bit. And so I was wondering how they were going to do this. And I was like, okay. Surprisingly, they actually did a good job recasting him. Because even though I say the dub is bad, two guys really stand out. Oh my gosh, I gotta backtrack a little bit. Who? So the guy's name was Illich, but I don't remember his last name, or if Illich was his last name. Basically, in Penguin Drum, there are three main characters. They're all the Takakura siblings. There's Shoma Takakura, Kanba Takakura, and Himari Takakura. Himari is the youngest. So the thing is that Himari is not only the youngest, she is terminally ill. And Shoma and Kanba do their best to try and make Himari's life good, even though she's terminally ill. But one day, while visiting the aquarium, Himari collapses, she dies. And everybody is shocked, they're scared, they're like, I can't believe I'm losing my sister on such a happy day. And as they're mourning her loss in the hospital, she wakes up with a penguin hat that they had recently gotten from the aquarium. And it is like a completely different soul took over her body. They don't say her name in the anime, but she is referred to as the Princess of the Crystal. And the Princess of the Crystal says, hey, you need to find this item called the Penguin Drum. Nobody knows what the Penguin Drum is. We find out hints of what it is, and we do find out what the Penguin Drum is, but initially, nobody knows what to do. They think everybody's going crazy. They also get 3 little penguin mascots, and they're really, really good. Thank you for becoming a supporter again, Jose. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And it's basically a sort of mystery, and I watched it because I thought it was a Magical Girl series. It is so much more than that. It is so good. I highly recommend it. It touches on some pretty dark topics. And I knew they were going to recast the voice actor of Kanba because, like I said, well, if you know, the voice actor of Kanba in the English dub originally, well, he eventually ran off to Vegas with a 16-year-old and got married there and has never returned to the voice acting scene ever since. And so, what ended up happening was that I was not expecting a dub because one of the main characters were pretty much gone. And I was not expecting them to re-release the dub because one of the main characters is a literal pedophile. I'm just like, what do we do? And so I go to what is it? Am I Anime list? And I see that they did in fact dub the compilation movies a year after the original 2 movies released in Japanese. And so I go listen to it. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, really, really, really bad. Surprisingly, and I'll get to the 2 VAs that did so well. Everyone sounds really bad or overacted, or they're doing these weird pauses in between. It's really bad. So, how do I explain this? All the female VAs do not sound good. I can maybe list like 5 VAs in the entire redub that sound good. Everyone else does not sound good, which is sad because when you go over the other VAs, their other works are good. And it really hits home with 2 of the female characters. The voice actress who plays... The new voice actress who plays Himari, and the new voice actress that plays Ringo. Now, who is Ringo? Ringo is connected to the penguin drum, and there's a lot of stuff with Ringo I cannot go into without spoiling. But basically, Ringo is obsessed with the penguin drum herself, due to a lot of circumstances that happen and are revealed throughout the anime. Now, the thing is, is that in the original dub, I think the VA does a really good job of pulling off Ringo's hyperactiveness while still sounding her age, despite obviously her being a grown woman. And that's very important because this VA, the new one, sounds like she's recording not only in a different room, there are a lot of moments where Ringo is in danger. How should I put this? To explain one scene. I can't explain it without spoiling. But, I guess spoilers for those who don't know. There's a scene near the end of the anime where a bomb is placed in the room. Ringo does not know there is a bomb in the room, and the bomb goes off. In the original dub, she sounds weak because she, was blasted by an explosion. But the VA kind of just sounds like, man, not even like those over exaggerated bad dubs. More like, man, that kind of sucked. I'm so sorry, I couldn't make it. And I'm just like, you literally just had a bomb explode in your face. Please react to the scene. But nothing sucks more than the new voice actress of Himari. As I explained, Penguin Drum is one of these anime that sounds way better dubbed. It sounds so good dubbed. It's not a perfect dub. I can list like 5 people and side characters and main characters in the dub that just have the same voice actress, and you can tell it's the same voice actress. But you can like chalk that up because if you know Utena, Ikuhara likes to play with kind of like stage thematics and all that type of stuff. So I give it only a slight pass. But like, Well, remember when I said earlier that I do not like the Japanese voice actress of Himari? I do not like the Japanese voice actress of Himari because she sounds like an amateur and you can hear it in her performance. Whereas with Monica Riel in the English dub, she gives a lot more variety. And to explain this variety, so when Himari is first introduced, Monica Riel's voice is known to be very sweet. It is very sweet. It is pleasing to the ears. It works for an innocent heroine. However, when her voice hits deep, you also feel the power in her voice. She applies both those voices to Himari and the Princess of the Crystal. In the Japanese version, there is no distinction between this is Himari and this is not Himari. And what sucks is that the new English dub voice actress does not get the memo and does not distinguish between them at all. It just sounds like Himari slightly lowered her voice. And I get it, they were just like copying the Japanese. But the problem is, because this was Miho's first performance, they basically copied her mediocrity. And I do not like it. Especially since, like I said earlier, Himari is one of my favorite characters. She goes through a lot of depression, but she is still a naive character. Not by choice, but because the story requires it. Because of certain elements that happen throughout the series. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of scenes that are very Himari-centric that I do not like that they took out of the compilation movies, because it makes Himari look like a damsel in distress, where she is a damsel in distress not by her choice, because Shoma and Kanba have to do the work because she's unaware of everything until the very end. And I'm just like, she's not a terrible voice actress, but she is not a good Himari. Oh man. Was it like a sitcom pause for laugh traps? No. I mean, will literally be pauses in dialogue, in between dialogue, where they will say a dramatic line, stop, and then continue. Well, it'll be like, and here's the dramatic pause in between where I continue my lines to tell you that this is pretty bad. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. And it's really noticeable, and it's really bad. And, gosh, and keep in mind, those were the first two main characters, by the way. I haven't even gone to the rest of the female cast. There's a reason why I say I can only pinpoint maybe like 3 or I want to say like 4 VAs that sound pretty good of the female variety. I don't know why I said it like that. The best voice performances from the female cast members were Princhu, the voice actress of Princhu, the voice actress for Momoka, and if you know who Momoka is, obviously don't spoil, but this is very important, and Kid Kamba, Kid Shoma. These are also important. Now, I don't hate the voice actress of Momoka. Like I said, she's one of the better performers. Oh yeah, it was 5. Princhu, Momoka, Kid Kamba, Kid Shoma, and Masako. Masako is a very interesting character, which is why I was very weary how they were going to do her performance, because Masako is a very mature character with very naive ideals, which I think the original voice actress pulled off really well. For those that do not know, the voice actress for Masako, she's in Parasite. I don't remember which role she is in, but she is also the main heroine of Yui from get this, no, not was it Diabolical Lovers, the vampire one? I think it was Diabolical Lovers and Amnesia. But I think Penguin Drum really pulls out her best performance, in my personal opinion. And that's like, when I heard the new dub, she did not sound bad, but I do prefer the older VA's voice more, because, like I said, if you've watched Penguin Drum, Masako is a very mature, she's a sophisticated character. She knows what she wants and she will take it. And when she breaks emotion, it means something. Oh, thank you for thank you for the sponsor. Thank you for not the sponsor? Oh my gosh, I need to change that name. Thank you, but drop the baton. Basically, Masako is a very specific character, and it's very interesting. Hello, Kendra. Hello, Sonic. We're talking about the old and new dub of Penguin Drum. What is it? So the new VA didn't do a bad job. I just think she should have done more retakes, because that's pretty much what I could describe the 5 best female VAs in this. I wanted them to do a couple more retakes, because to illustrate this, there's a sequence in the remake, in the compilation movie, where Momoka is... What is it? What are you talking about? We're talking about the new and old dub of Penguin Drum. It's one of my all-time favorite animes. So, to illustrate to you what I mean, where there should have been more retakes, and this goes into like a whole other conversation with my problem with modern female VAs, where they're not pushing their voices enough. Because they don't want to do the... Okay, so, because I know good and well I'm gonna go into the rant anyway. So, my thing with female VAs in modern anime is they don't want to do the anime voice. They don't want to do the anime voice. They don't want to pitch shift. They don't want to stress their voice. You'll see a bunch of male VAs freaking out, voice cracking, all that type of stuff. But no female VAs, barely any of them, want to do the anime voice. This is the one field where you can do the anime voice and it's okay. Please. Please. I understand the normal voice. I understand the mommy voice. I understand the cute voice. Please do more cute voice. Please. Well, I just canceled my membership about 2 days ago. I might as well replace it. It was you or the hag horse. Honestly, man, VAs also have issues. Also, men VAs also have issues, like Steve Bloom just does his Steve Bloom voice. Here's my thing, though. It's one thing to have a VA, because let's be real here. I don't care what anybody says. I'm kind of sick of listening to Sayori. If you know who Sayori is, she plays Yor in Spy Family. I don't like her. Not because I hate her. She's in a lot of anime. I'm kind of sick of hearing her a little bit, because she is technically the VA of the year right now. You know what I mean? But for some people, they love Sayori. They want to appreciate Sayori. For me, I don't mind it hearing distinguished voices in anime. It's also having variety of voice actors in between. Like, again, Baccano. There are a couple of people in Baccano where you can just hear them. You know their voice. You will pick out Jerry Jewell's voice in the crowd. You will always hear Johnny Young Bosch, but they do such a good job that you just love them. Like, you can't escape a VA. Hello, Ichinoke! Ichike! Chike! We're talking about dubs. And this goes into the Oshinoko dub, because the Penguin Drum dub and the redub, the original dub and the redub, are done by the same studio that did Oshinoko, which is why I am so harsh on Sentai, because Sentai, when they do a good dub, it is the best dub, and when they do a bad dub, it is like the worst dub you could ever hear. I'm sorry, I gotta call it like it is. Penguin Drum is literally the definition of both their best and worst dub. I'm just saying. And so my issue is you have some VAs that come in and they just talk, and not talk as in, oh, they're bored. Talk as in they memorize their lines and just use their real voice. Now, here's the thing. Do a lot of Japanese VAs do this too? Yeah, they're also made fun of too. So I'm gonna kind of point fingers at some of them. Some of these VAs are really good, and some of them are not. Stop hiring obviously grown women to play teenagers. I can't even say that. You know what? I take that back. I can't even say that, because you have some grown women who still are able to sound young. But why? So my thing is not even the fact that grown women are playing the roles of teenagers, because let's be real here, anime's full of literally Goku is played by one of the oldest women in Japan. You can't even say stop getting women to play teenagers. My thing is the fact that, like, what is it? Kendra, I will say, gotta hand it to someone like Todd Haberkorn for doing good characters with Screw Loose. Yes, Todd Haberkorn is also another one who has a very distinguished voice. My thing is that I don't want a VA coming in and just talking. Just memorize their lines and then use their normal voice because they're not acting. This is the one field where you need to stretch your voice. I want to hear more stories like Sean Schemmel. Because let's be real, he's known for Goku for a reason. He has the Goku voice, but he does such a good job playing Goku that you give him a pass. Phoning it in. Yes. Not even phoning it in. Because some of them do a really good job. They just don't do a good job as these characters. What is it? To be honest, I wish they brought back Sebastian Arcellus for Yo Asakura for the Shaman King remake. That's also a thing. Because here's the thing. I want them to bring back a lot of these VAs to show off how talented they are. A good example would be Dragon Ball Z Kai. Even like Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, they're like, Kai was our best performance in DBZ because we came back. We were more prepared. We were ready. We were better than before. Dear VTuber and everything funny, these are the ingredients chosen to create the perfect VTuber. That's Mark Kendra. But what is it? And Penguin Drum is an example of this because there's this character named Momoka, as I mentioned earlier. Hi, Pandemonium. What is it? It's the director. It is partially the director, but it is also the talents themselves. You cannot throw everything on the director. Because the director can only do so much directing, and the talents can only give such a specific performance. I would forgive the voice actress of Himari in the new dub if she wasn't blatantly copying the Japanese performance. Like, she was blatantly copying the Japanese performance, and I could hear it when I went back to the original Japanese, because I don't like the original Japanese. And Sung Jin Woo. Because look at Gojo's VA and Sung Jin Woo. Who's Gojo's VA? Gojo's VA. Is he a good VA or bad? I've only seen like clips of him. I don't watch JJK. Okay, yes. I don't watch JJK. You don't want to go there, trust me. My thing is there's a character in Penguin Drum in the Recycle movies named Momoka. Momoka is a very important character in the movie. And really throughout the entire Penguin Drum franchise. There's a lot of stuff that happens because of Momoka. And when it was originally dubbed, they had a very specific voice, which was, if I remember correctly, Brittany Karbowski. I like Brittany Karbowski. She fit Momoka to a T. She voices 5 other characters, but you know what? She still does a really good job as Brittany. You know, Brittany Karbowski just does that. Basically, she does a really good job. When the redub came in, this new VA who voices Momoka, because in the original series, she's only a child. We only see her as a child because of things that happen. And then in the Recycle movies, we see her as an adult. The VA for Momoka does a fantastic job as adult Momoka. But when she's supposed to be the child Momoka, she sucks. And then there's this sequence where she's supposed to be screaming due to something happening in the room at the moment. And so the original Japanese was like, ah. But in the dub, she's like, oh. I'm just like, you might want to fix that. That could have done another redub. That needed a retake. That needed to be retaken. She's the VA of Mikito Misaka and Mimuru Tempest. Mimuru Tempest. You don't want it. What is it? I agree with what you were saying. What is it? Mimuru Tempest? I've never heard of her before. Rimuru. Oh, Rimuru! Yeah, Rimuru. I don't watch the dub of Isekai Slime. Kendra, what? Why? Why what? OMG, hi Mirai. What I was saying is that, like, and then, like, oh my gosh. I think the worst offenders of the dub, if I have to be absolutely honest with you, back to the Penguin Drum dub talk, the worst performers, not even the worst performers, the worst miscasting has to go for Yuri and Tabuki, along with Ringo, but it's mostly Yuri and Tabuki. So this is where I say that the reason why I say the original dub had a near perfect cast, because in the original, there was a recast in the middle of the dub. So there is a character by the name of Tabuki. Tabuki is supposed to be, on the outside, a naive man who doesn't realize the things going on around him, similar to Himari. But he's got some underlying things, but we don't, spoilers. What ended up happening is that there was a recast in the middle of the dub because his current voice in the first half of the series would not suit the second half of the series. It would not even work. And it was a perfect swap too. I noticed the performance difference immediately upon that episode airing. And I was like, first off, this is a completely different guy. And I was right. And what ends up happening, oh my gosh. So imagine they had the voice for the first half of the dub in the second half of the dub, and it sounds corny and you can't take it seriously. Keep in mind, the second half of the series reveals so much seriousness because Penguin Drum is not just this series of wacky goofiness. It is a social commentary on a real-life Japanese incident, and it is literally about the loss of loved ones due to terrorism. And so when they swapped him out in the original dub, it made sense because Tabuki needed to be taken seriously when he was going on about what happened that day. And what ended up happening was that, again, imagine if they took the goofy Tabuki and kept him into the second half, because that's exactly what they did. So he's like, I was there that day, guys. How old is Penguin Drum? The 20th anniversary was a couple of years ago. It's like 20 years old now. Yep. Oh no, 10th anniversary. Yeah, the 10th anniversary was a couple of years ago. And so, how do I even like explain this? And then there's Yuri. So Yuri is a very also specific character. If you've seen Utena, you've seen Yuri's character because she feels straight out of Utena. Like I said, I only picked up Utena recently. She's straight out of Utena, but her character development and what she goes through is so good that one of my favorite dynamics is Tabuki and Yuri. Hold it. Sorry, I had to sneeze real quick. Basically, Yuri is a victim in a lot more ways than one, and the one defining characteristic is the fact that she is an actress. And the original dub voice, which I was not kind of on board with when I originally watched the series, was the English voice actress of Ro from Clannad. If you know Clannad, you know who Kyo. Kyo from Clannad, the English dub. And I was like, your voice in the new dub, voice actress of Yuri, you should have been the voice actress of Ringo, and Ringo's new VA should have been the voice actress of Yuri. So we got miscasting as well. Oh my gosh, we're really doing miscasting. What is it? I have a weird question. What is it, Kuma? Basically, we now have miscasting on top of just not good. This not good. Now you're probably wondering, Kendra, you haven't talked about the brothers or that other guy. How long is your hair? I will ban you. What the crap, bro? What is it? What is it? So, like, three things I didn't go over were the three, like, characters. The three, like, pillars in the series. One of them's kind of, like, similar to Momoka. And that would be Sanetoshi, Shoma, and Kanba, and their performances in the redub. Shoma has always been weird in the English dub, Japanese dub, and in the redub. I cannot fault the VA for voicing such an oddly specific character. He kind of is like, he's not nerdy, but he has kind of like a high pitch, like, you would have to listen to his voice in Japanese English in the redub to understand what I mean, because his voice is so oddly specific. Then the two best performances, and I don't want to make this a thing where it's like quote unquote sexism, but I gotta give it to the male cast, and even then, two of the male cast members, just like I can name 5 good female members. Unfortunately, all 5 of them are overshadowed by the 2 male actors. And they would be the voice actors of Kanba and Sanetoshi. The voice actor for Kanba, if you swapped him out in the original dub, it would be like night and day. I'm not even night and day. It wouldn't be night and day. He sounds as if he fit in the old dub perfectly. He fits so perfectly. I can't even describe it to you. Like, if you swapped out all his lines in the old dub and replaced them into the new dub. If you swapped all his lines from the new dub and replaced them into the old dub, it just would make so much sense. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference, other than maybe a newer microphone out of the entire cast. He sounds so good. He sounds really good. He slots in perfectly. Surprisingly enough, he's one of the few that doesn't have, like, the constant awkward pauses. It was a bad thing to ask. My IRL appearance. Don't. But the best actor in the entire dub, in the entire redub, he sadly is only stopped by the weird pauses in between the lines. Is the guy who plays Sanetoshi. He sounds so good. He sounds perfect. Like, actually perfect. Like, really, really perfect. He nails down everything. Now, you're probably wondering, who is Sanetoshi? You're gonna have to watch the anime to find out. But basically, Sanetoshi is a very important character. He is very manipulative. He is beautifully cunning, if that makes any sense. He's beautifully cunning in both appearance and in the words he uses to manipulate everybody. And the voice actor, it was Adam Gibbs. The old VA, Adam Gibbs, did such a fantastic job capturing the specific vibe that Sanetoshi did. And I was kind of nervous how they would capture the new voice that they would give Sanetoshi. He does such a good job. In fact, I would say it's on par with the original. He does such a good job. And it's only hampered because literally during the dramatic speeches, he will have a dramatic pause as he continues, and then will just randomly stop at random moments. And I'm just like, why? I'm just like, why though? Why? Because he's like the best performer. He and the guy who plays Kanba sound so good. And I'm just like, this is a good dub. And then there's the new dub that has like two, like, kinda. The arbitrary catch your breath line. No, they're not even catching breaths. They're literally stopping in between the performances. Like, you can hear them when they stop the dialogue. Like, not even catching breaths. They will be, like, literally, I'm gonna show you an example. So this is how So this is how I will continue the conversation, and this is how I will continue my lines to be exactly as similar as the Penguin Drum Recycle movies. You see those breaks in there, and you can obviously tell I'm breaking. That is what the redub sounds like. That is what the redub sounds like. They're obviously breaking, and you can hear that they're obviously breaking. And it's worse for characters like Shoma, because Shoma's voice is so distinct and so played in a certain way. You're gonna notice it in his and Sanatoshi's voices. Oh, so extra long diaphragm activity. Not even they're physically stopping. Like, they're physically stopping in the middle of their lines. And you can't hear anyone breathing. They're not taking breaths. They're not taking breaths. They are physically stopping in the middle of their lines. And I'm just like, why? Why? Because again, like I said, a lot of these VAs, and the funny thing is, the newest VA was the VA for Sanatoshi. Everyone else has been voice acting for like 10 years or more. Because I looked up their My Anime list, like, roles. Some of them have been voice acting for like 10 years. They're not used to this. Audio errors? What in the... Not even audio errors! They're literally physically stopping! There's no audio errors. There's nothing. They're just stopping in the middle of their lines. This did not happen in the old dub. And I want to blame it on the directors, but the VAs, like I said, I want to say it's like a combination of the VAs and the directors, where I feel like the VAs, because the VAs weren't bad, but they could have given a way better performance, especially the female VAs. And the directors are obviously at fault also, because they're bad at giving directions. And then there's also the fact that I also wanted to blame the distributor, because the dub was literally made a literal year after it released in Japanese. What I'm saying is that, go watch the old Penguin Drum dub. Monica, I know, and like I said, I know why they had to redub it. Number one, they likely couldn't have gotten everyone back from the original dub, as a lot of them now work at Funimation, or are retired, or ran off with 16-year-olds, or arrested for child, CSAM, or any of that type of stuff. But that doesn't mean that I feel like they could have done a way better. I know it's like a niche series, because like I said, I'm a big fan of Penguin Drum. I'm a huge Penguin Drum fan. I'm not a super fan. There are way better super fans out there than me. But Penguin Drum is one of my favorites because it means something to me. The dub was how I watched it, and then when I went to check it out in Japanese, it just did not compare. Because I just fell in love with the dub and everyone's performances, and they really felt like they were there in those scenes. Especially any of the lines involving Himari and Sanatoshi. Adam Gibbs and Monica Riel do such a good job making you understand Himari and Sanatoshi's naivety and manipulation. They're really good. So when one of the VAs of one of my favorite performances does kind of a mediocre job of that, it's kind of blatant, and I'm kind of gonna get a little angry about it. Don't be a super fan of anything. Unfortunately, the Himari figure will be mine. Sorry, the Princess of the Crystal figure will be mine. lines of text on Discord when they really should be one. Yes! That is exactly how you would do that. That is exactly how it sounds. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it sounds, but drop a baton. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm just like, man. I have. I have. Figured it out. Oh man. And I just wanted to talk about that because I was just like, I'm so annoyed by this. I'm so freaking annoyed because it's not like I said, and it's not like I glaze these voice actors anyway. I'm not saying Monica Rial is like the savior of voice acting. I've told you about the Yona of the Dawn dub. I think she was miscast as Yona to crap. But when there's a good dub, I praise good dubs. I listened to the Baccano dub after 10 years of ditching the anime, for over 10 years ago. That is a good dub. That is a good dub. And and at one point, I wanted to learn voice acting myself, which probably will be like a future endeavor or whatever. But not even a voice actor, but a voice kind of director. And so I always would try my best to distinguish voices and how unique they are, how similar they might sound if, say, we needed to replace someone. Different things for different stuff, you know. And when you listen to enough Japanese or Japanese voice acting or English dub voice acting, you can tell the good performers from the bad performers. There's a reason why I keep saying I do not like simulcast dubbing. I hate simulcast dubbing because everyone does not sound good, and we get less good dubs because everyone's trying to compete on the weekly schedule. Compare that to Netflix, which has a dubbing schedule similar to old dubs of the past, where they just dubbed it all at once and everyone tried to improve their performance while they're close to each other. I like Netflix dubs because the Netflix dubs actually sound really good. There's a reason why I like the Dawn dub. Dawn's dub sounds good. The Dungeon Meshi dub sounds amazing. That had no right to sound amazing. Especially the voice actress of Emily. Marcel. Emily, who plays Nami in the One Piece live action. She sounds good. She needs to keep dubbing. She sounds amazing. Hi, Gorsk! Coffee Bear inbound. Hello! We're talking about dubs, and some good ones, some bad ones. Oh my gosh. It's not, I'm not trying to be a super fan or say English dubs and English subs and blah 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 suck or whatever, right? But man, when you can tell, you could tell. Hi Kendra, hope the dubs are not too off. Here's the thing, I'm actually a dub supporter, but my thing is I am picky with my dubs and I can spot a bad performance. Like I said, a good example, I think the My Hero Academia dub, when it first came out, was really good. A lot of the modern VAs do not sound good though. Not because they're bad performers, it's because they're trying to compete on a weekly schedule. So you're literally kind of hearing a subpar performance weekly, and it shows. It really, really shows. Don't forget, there's also some dubs that do not need to be simul-dubbed. I'm looking at you, Shadow's House. That anime did not need to be simul-dubbed. And no, I do not. And the funny thing is that the voice actress of Kate, she went on to do that one girl from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the white-haired chick, and she sounds way better in Cyberpunk than she does in Shadow's House. Which says a lot, because like I said, I don't like simulcasting. Because it's just that simulcasting, it just does not bring out the best in people. Because I feel like there's a point in dubbing, and I really think 2015 was when, like, 2015, 2016 was when dubbing was at its peak, because voice acting is improving. It's not like 90s, early 2000s dubs anymore, because you can hear the improved performances in the video game scene that was also struggling with good English VAs at the time. And they're miles better than they were 10 years ago, whereas dubs sound subpar. I hate the Spy Family dub. I'm sorry. All the dub actors sound pretty good. Everyone was miscasted in that. I just gotta call it like it is. Why does Lloyd sound like he's actually 30 and has 2 kids? Ad. I don't like the dub of Spy Family. Surprisingly, the dub of Freerin is amazing. The dub for Mob Psycho is also amazing. Gone. What is it? The dub of Freerin sounds amazing. I've been listening to dub clips. I started watching it in Japanese. I think I want to restart it dubbed. It sounds good. It sounds beautifully amazing. I don't know why people keep saying that they don't like okay, can I be real with you? I remember seeing someone say, "Man, finally Freerin, where the characters don't sound like their children." And I'm just like, you do realize anime mostly stars like teenagers, right? But that's my thing. And they apparently tried to apply that the VA doesn't sound like a child logic in Freerin, and if you listen to the Japanese one, she doesn't sound like a child there either. I just think you think too much of children and you should seek professional help. But that's my opinion. No, it's not my opinion. Seek professional help, please. They're miles better than a few years ago, and that makes it even easier to call out the bad performances. Yes. It's just that these VAs are not even bad. Because let's be real here. Some people say, "Oh, you just don't like anime dubs because they're cringe and you're hearing it in your own language." No. I listen to subs. Subs sound good. And you can tell a good performance, you can tell a bad performance. Especially the way that some actors struggle. That doesn't mean I'm perfect in spotting it. It just means you can tell most of the time. You have to remember, in Japan, they have schools. There's a dedicated schools for that. There's dedicated schools for that. In the West, we don't have dedicated schools for that. And if we do have dedicated schools for that, they're definitely not up to standard in the Japanese version. They have like studio recordings. They have like acting, because you are being trained to act. Whereas, I would argue, and I'm just gonna say it like it is, in the English scene, you are taught to dub. You are not taught how to act, you are taught how to dub. Acting is a talent though, and some people are able to channel that acting, but you got a lot of people in the English scene who are only taught how to dub. It doesn't mean that they're bad, it just means they're mediocre. I'm just gonna call it like it is. That doesn't mean that you can't improve. I have heard some really bad performances. We all made fun of Bryce Papenbrook for a time. I remember seeing him on Catch 21. What's Catch 21? A game show. I made fun of him there too. He started getting better at Blood Lad. And I will always say Blood Lad is the turning point for his career, because back then everyone made fun of him for the fact that he sounded generic and that he voiced Kirito and that his voice didn't fit. He voiced Staz years later. I noticed immediately that his voice improved right then and there, and it's only gotten better, especially with recent editions of Attack on Titan. I'm not gonna mindlessly hate on a dub because actors sound bad. You might sound mediocre though, and I'm gonna point it out really badly. Like really, really badly. Because I just like listening to performances. I like hearing good actors. Consumed lots of dub, 2000s dub, all my same 5 people from Funimation. The funny thing is that a lot of the dubs I watched were from Sentai or ADV. And if you know Sentai and ADV, a lot of the voice actors from that day have improved so much, but you don't hear them a lot anymore. And then you feel like you hear the same 5 people. I think think one of the best dubbing directors will always be, not Christina V, she's the voice of Ladybug from Miraculous. Lucy Christian? I think it was Lucy Christian. She recently did the direction dub for Ranking of Kings. I did not like the Ranking of Kings dub, despite the fact that everyone was well casted, because it did not feel like everyone was putting in their best foot forward. I'm not gonna mindlessly hate the fact that Pro ZD was Kage. No, it's Kage. Kage has a specific tone to him. I don't think Pro ZD should have used that specific voice for Kage. I do not like that the VA for Bochi kind of felt like she was trying not to hurt her own voice. She felt like she was trying to not hurt her own voice. Even though it's supposed to be a boy who's trying to struggle to communicate. You know what I mean? I also think Japanese voice actors have much more similarities than in the English scenes. The English scenes have so much diversity in the variation of the accents and vocalization aesthetic than Japanese, in my opinion. Yes, I mean, in relation to my last comment, duh. Gotta go a few things. Have fun, Kendra. Bye! Black Butler dub peak. Yes! Yes! Because let's be real here. When Black Butler's first dub came out, it was good. When Black Butler came back for Book of Circus, it was good. Oh, it sounded so freaking good. When Black Butler came back for Book of Murder, it was still really, really good. You are looking at someone who I love a good performance when I hear it, bros. And just like, yeah, that's pretty much my thing with Penguin Drum's dub. It's not the fact that everyone sucked, it's just that I know people say, well, you shouldn't be comparing it to the old dub, and it's like, if the old dub from 10 years ago sounds better than modern day dubs, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, that lasted an hour. I was yapping for an hour. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh my gosh. And to be honest, I feel like there was also a lot more variety back then too. It's not the fact that, like, it's not even, it feels like everyone's trying to ape on each other. You know what I mean? Kind of like how people are trying to ape on Chainsaw Man's success. It feels like people are trying to ape each other in voice acting, because back then it felt like everyone had a unique voice to them. And this is one of the reasons why I'm harsher on female VAs, because it's really prevalent with female VAs where it's like they're trying to take ASMR voices to anime, and it just doesn't work. I can, like, what is it with the mommy voice thing? What is with the mommy voice thing? It works for ASMR. It works for certain characters. You cannot take that voice to every performance. That's why I'm saying you're teaching people how to dub. You are not teaching people how to act. You get used to it. No, you don't. Unfortunately, my ears don't get used to it because my ears are literally listening to it on purpose. It sucks having distinct ears. Oh my gosh. And here I want to also talk about Danganronpa, and now I'm not sure if I really want to continue talking about Danganronpa. I was literally going to be like, I'm going to talk about Penguin Drum, and then we're going to talk about Danganronpa. Not that, you're rambling for an hour or two. What? Well, I'm sorry. If you can't tell, I don't talk a lot in real life. I think it may be because of the meme of liking mommy voices. Yeah, but that works for, like, ASMR. You can't use that with anime. Here's the thing. That isn't to say that anime doesn't have a mommy voice, too. But that's for, like, specific characters and specific archetypes. Like, I can understand if you're voicing a mommy-type character for mommy-type characters. But there are not enough mommy-type characters to be putting that voice on all the freaking time. I don't care if if the busty witch lady looks like she would have the mommy voice? Why not try something different? You know? 1.5. How about your singing? Oh my gosh. How about my singing? My singing? I think what is it? My singing? I don't get it. To be honest, I would like to do more karaoke. But that's something like I probably gotta organize later. What is it? What is it? To be honest, I still kind of want to talk about Danganronpa, but I also could save it for the tier list. Sakura Ogami is my favorite character. Next! What is it? It was because of some stupid controversy. So, for those that don't know, recently I opened up an alt. Still has to stop my schizo ramblings on the man account a little bit, but it's alleviated them to a degree. And I am being just bombarded by a new side of Twitter. First off, I got introduced to self-harm Twitter. I don't like self-harm Twitter. I have blocked every last one of them to the best of my abilities. Then, I started getting into the Vocaloid controversy side, and I had to block most of them too. I've been trying to curate my alt so that I can learn more Japanese better. And now, I am running into Danganronpa discourse. Again! Because of the title of the video, it mentions you got embarrassed by your voice cracking. Oh yeah, that happened yesterday, so I'm not kidding. Yesterday, I was singing to myself, and I remember I was like, I'm gonna hit a note. And I'm not kidding, I cracked my voice in such a specific way that I was just like, I'm just not gonna sing for like the next 30 minutes, and I didn't. Self-harm Twitter? Oh yeah, they call it shed twit, which is self-harm eating disorder Twitter. It's just a bunch of girls and guys, and mostly girls, who share self-harm and eating disorders. It's disturbing. I don't want to see the blood portrait. But yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I don't want to see the blood. What did I just come into? Oh, so we're talking about Danganronpa discourse and how I'm clearing my alt account so I can learn Japanese, and how I had to clear out a bunch of self-harm, which thankfully, I did not see anyone self-harm, thankfully, but there are a lot of people who use self-harm to make art. I don't want to see that. Uh-oh, what's Monokuma done to you? Oh, fun. Thankfully, I was able to clear that out in like a day, like 2 days, and I'm just like, nope, we're not doing that. I don't want to see your cutting knives with hearts on them, ladies. Sorry, I don't like that. And so it ended up happening. So for those that don't know, on my alt, I ended up coming across a different Danganronpa controversy. What is it? Wish you did it live now. Oh my gosh. What is it? Also, I saw your chatting about Luka Kaneshiro earlier today, but that was fun. I said my piece. Unless he does something stupider, I will not refer to it again. What is it? So, for those that don't know, there's this clip that has been going around for the last like 2 days of this guy who played Ultra Despair Girls from Danganronpa. It is one of these spin-off games. Speaking of self-harm. And he's freaking out because one of the characters, if you know Ultra Despair Girls, one of the characters is a pedophile. And he's freaking out. And, like, actually, like, freaking out, kind of like my Hassan rant a couple of days ago. And he's genuinely like, I put the game down and quit after this. And literally everyone's clowning on him because the pedophile lines are, like, way into the game. How do I even explain this? Wow, I thought you were about to say Ashton Hall for a second there. No. Listen to me. I have been in Danganronpa's fandom for over 10 years. I have been into Danganronpa since I was 14. The stuff that happens in Danganronpa, you don't get to play the moral superiority card when it comes to Danganronpa. Never play the moral superior card if you are in the Danganronpa fandom. There is a lot of stuff that happens in Danganronpa before you even get to the actual pedophile of the series. Isn't Danganronpa an M-rated game? Yeah! There's a lot of stuff that happens in Danganronpa that people just don't talk about. It's a pretty messed up series. The murder is the least messed up thing in the series. I was gonna talk about this next week on the tier list, but I gotta talk about this right now. To start with the first game for how messed up Danganronpa is, we are introduced. What is it? I gotta put on what is it? I have to actually put on the where is the where is it? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. I actually have to put on the 18 plus tag for this one because Danganronpa's messed up. Because it's not your usual type of messed up. Where is the 18 plus tag? Is it this one? Where is it? Ah, here we go. Yeah. What is it? I gotta actually put the 18 plus tag. What is it? Oh, Monokuma is insane as well. Yeah, I love the game. Stay away from everything else. Here's the thing. I gotta put the 18 plus tag for some of the stuff I'm about to explain to you that happens in Danganronpa before even a pedophile is introduced into the series. Starting with the first game, we have, of course, a teenager literally overthrowing the end of the world. Literally making it so everyone is killing each other, murdering their families, murdering their friends, in broad daylight on the streets. The news is reporting it so often that families are sitting down and eating dinner in front of these types of murders. The world is going through chaos. Everything is in utter chaos. So we got murder. There's also fan service in the game. I don't really care. Fan service is in most anime games, but we're gonna count it anyway because blah 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 blah. What is it? We also have someone pretty much self-sacrificing themselves for their own specific reasons. There's 2 characters that do that. This is just the first game. The messed up stuff starts really ramping up in the second game. Also, there's child soldiers in Danganronpa 1. Program World is truly a place. Not even just the program world. It's what's implied or outright stated in Danganronpa. So one of the characters, Mikan Tsukimi, she's a bully victim. She is constantly harassed in real life. She was picked on as a child. She was purposely having her hair cut as a child. She was pretty much implied to be physically abused as a child. And it got so bad that she literally puts herself into fan service situations so that she does not get forgotten and constantly asks for forgiveness. That is one character. There is also the fact of Okane Owari. She has also been sexually harassed as a child, and she became the ultimate athlete so that she could escape all the perverts in her area. There is also Teru Teru, who is, well, in the free time event, it is implied that he drugs you and sexually assaults you. But that's at the last part of the free time event. There is also, oh my gosh. But the really messed up stuff comes at the end of the game that gets glossed over and no one talks about. And that no one freaking talks about. So near the end of the game, to explain what happens, in the first game, all these characters are gathered into this area and they're forced to kill each other just to show that there's no hope in life. You obviously beat the odds of the game. Some of you know what Danganronpa is, blah, 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 blah. And in the second game, spoilers, obviously, you are basically playing as the remnants of despair, which is basically a group of students who were taken under the control of a character by the name of Junko Enoshima. Let me drink. Thank you for the hydrate. And she basically brainwashes them into doing her bidding. When Junko dies at the end of the first game, we do not see her body. We just see the blood splatter. What is outright stated near the end of the second game, they don't sugarcoat it. They flat out tell you it is not implied, it is confirmed. They would chop off their body parts and replace them with the mutilated body parts from Junko's corpse. And we know it's true because in Ultra Despair Girls, we actually not even just Ultra Despair Girls, we flat out see one of the severed and replaced body parts from one of the characters near the end of the game. Not only that, it is heavily implied that, not even heavily implied, it is outright stated that due to the fact that they wanted to carry on Junko's successor, they gangbang necrophiliac touched her corpse to try and conceive a child from the dead corpse. Please keep in mind, this is at the end of the game. Even the characters are horrified by that. And they don't outright show you, but they show enough. There's one even worse. No. I know which one you're talking about. Also keep in mind, you think that's bad? Two of the most biggest fan theories in Danganronpa. Number one, this one's kind of newish because it was mostly spawned when the anime Danganronpa 3 had came out. That Teru, the ultimate chef, would kill his parents because all the ultimate despairs, all the remnants of despair had killed their parents, that he killed their parents, and that he basically forced people into possibly cannibalism. But the biggest fan theory that is not confirmed, but due to the actions of this character, you have no choice but to believe it, again has to do with Mikan Tsukimi. So Mikan Tsukimi is the ultimate nurse. She is the best nurse because of the bullying she went through. She was able to take care of herself at a young age. The fan theory states that Mikan, because she was one of the most devoted members out of all the remnants of despair, she was so devout that because she was the ultimate nurse, when they found Junko's corpse mutilated, she removed her own uterus and replaced it with the corpse of Junko's uterus so that she could be gangbanged to actually conceive Junko's child. This is a fan theory, but many people believe it because of the actions of Mikan that she does in the game. She is crazy when she gets her memories back. What is it? Hey, we haven't talked about the PDF file yet. Yeah! I'm sorry, but this is so edgy. It's kind of funny how hard it tries to be messed up. Here's the thing though, it like makes sense in universe. It's basically like if the apocalypse happened. You know what I mean? I need to get drunk for this. Yeah! Please keep in mind, we didn't get to the confirmed pedophile of the series yet. Because now we're getting to the game that the actual guy was playing. So the guy was playing the spin-off game Ultra Despair Girls. Everyone in the fandom collectively agrees that while Ultra Despair Girls is not a bad game, it is not a good Danganronpa game. However, Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls takes it a step further and, talks about different forms of child abuse. So what happened was that there are these 5 children called the Warriors of Hope. The Warriors of Hope are all abused children who are talented individuals like the cast from the first 2 games. However, they are child prodigies and they are sent to a specific school to continue cultivating this talent. However, to describe the abuse that these children go through, so I don't remember all their names except for one, mostly because I only care about the one. So we have Red. I'm just gonna color code name them. We have Red, who literally is physically abused by his father. so that he can just go get alcohol for his dad and he's the little ultimate athlete. That's number one. And when I say that these characters, because it sounds edgy when I'm saying it, but Danganronpa has a way of, how do I put this? It is so weirdly well written and really real how they like write these characters, because the little boy who he was physically abused, you literally see him hit himself because that's what he's used to. And he hits himself so hard, you see the bruises, you see everything. And it's uncomfortable. And it's supposed to be uncomfortable. And then he goes for the attack because he wants to get rid of all the adults that made his life miserable. This is child number one. This is child number one, by the way. So, we move on to the other two kids in the group. Two of them go through two different forms of mental abuse. Brown is a little little beautiful child. He's like a really cute, beautiful child, but his mom verbally abused him, calling him a hideous, ugly child to the point where he had to wear a bag over his head just so that his mother could look at him. But the real kicker is Blue, the blue child. His parents hooked him up to IVs because they wanted to experiment on creating the perfect studious child. And it was testing him, seeing how advanced he could be, literally, genuinely, mentally, physically, they're abusing this kid. And you can tell they're abusing this kid. And those are two other kids. I haven't even gotten to two of the other kids. We've gone through three kids. What is it? I love and hate the fact that I can say that now. I need to get drunk. So for Kai's execution, 90% sure it's a thing, or it might just be a myth that got popular, but apparently Monocubs were late addition to the story, and Monokid's head after her execution were originally meant to be her head. That sounds like something they would do, but most likely definitely would have replaced it with the Monokuma kids. Sounds about right. You have, well, I guess you don't have to play FDC when you get the chance now. More messed up, uncomfortable stuff to ramble out about. Here's the thing. I don't mind talking about, if a franchise messed up. I just don't want you to have moral superiority and you played a game with where child abuse is a part of the franchise. I haven't even gotten to one of the worst abused kids in Danganronpa. Her story, her name is Kotaka. And Kotaka, when I say the writing for Danganronpa got real for her section, it got real, and it gets real. So Kotaka is a child actress, and she gets all the best performances. She's an amazing actress, but how she got there is really messed up. And how do I explain this? Because I know this is probably going to get demonetized anyway. Kotaka's mom, basically, in order for Kotaka to get the roles, she basically pimped out herself and her daughter to the executives. And it happened so often that Kotaka genuinely has a fear of the word gentle. And unlike the other scenes where they show and imply it or confirm it in brief glimpses, you see the executive, you don't see the act, but you see you see the executive approaching Kotaka. And the English dub actress does a really good job because it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable and very realistic. And it's literally Kotaka. By the end of the flashback, she's literally screaming, "Why didn't anyone come and save me?" And it like genuinely brings you to tears. Cause like, you know, that's happening out there. And I say that because all those things I described to you about the children are in the first 2/3 of the game. That is in the first 2/3 of the game. The Kotica stuff comes 2/3 into the game. What I'm saying is, this guy played Ultra Despair Girls, sat through child abuse after child abuse after child abuse after child abuse, and literally said, I quit because a pedophile said I like them young. Do you understand how weird that is? You felt uncomfortable by a pedophile saying I like them young, and not a literal girl literally saying, why didn't they come save me? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how Danganronpa makes this stuff feel so normal in these apocalyptic yet realistic worlds. Yeah, cataclysmic in a way. Sometimes Danganronpa pulls out like the best writing just out of nowhere, because literally because despite literally explaining that traumatic sequence, it's followed up immediately by Kotica having like a machine that gropes the MC to climaxing, and it's a mini game to prevent her from climaxing, and then every one of her other appearances is her falling on her back and showing her bloomers, and I'm just like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of a weird place to interject comedy, bro. Don't. What I'm saying is, and here's the thing, I covered only 3 games. I didn't even include the 3rd game, V3. I didn't even include the 3rd game, V3, which just blatantly has a character who, and here's the thing, I'm not super into V3. I kind of walked out of V3 once I saw the executions, but there's a walking, talking sex joke character who's clearly underage. Oh yeah, and the blatant character who had incestuous relations with his sister. I just want to throw that out there for you. Don't have moral superiority if you're a Danganronpa fan. Please. I'm gonna be real. I'm happy I never got into this. No offense to you. No. I got into it when I was like super young. I shouldn't have, but I did. This game series, edgy or not, you can't say I'm in it for the lore and the lore is lit. You can't have a moral superiority. Please keep in mind, I'm describing it to you guys. And in the game, a lot of this stuff is brief glimpses or lightly touched on. But when you actually like say it out loud, Danganronpa is a messed up series. Like an actual messed up series that people just sit through, and then they get to an actual pedophile character and it's like, I can't believe he said I liked them young. I'm not saying he's a good character. His pedophile lines come out of nowhere. I'm not even kidding. They just show up randomly. Like you will literally be having a normal conversation, and then he literally just says out of nowhere, I like him younger. And it's like, why did you say that? It doesn't help the fact that it's voiced by Matthew Mercer, so you can just hold that over his head forever. Oh my gosh. Want my credit card info? No. How do you feel, Kendra? Funny. If it makes you feel better, I got into Fallout New Vegas at 14 and did both the I can make you care side quest and killed Cook. I have no idea what Fallout New Vegas is. But sorry, Cook. Are you sure? My limit is 5K. Yes. What I'm saying is that Danganronpa is a messed up franchise, and I've been seeing way too many people try to have moral superiority and be like, pro ship don't interact, and then have a blatant Nagito profile in their picture, stop having moral superiority, you are a Danganronpa fan. New Vegas, but I know what Dang Vegas is. Don't care, Cook is a rapist and may be a PDF. Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah, screw Cook. And the thing is that you think they would call out the pedophile in Danganronpa, you know. By the way, I just want to keep in mind with you, the CSA victim is in the same game as the pedophile, and they barely interact, which you think would be a good thing, but it's like kind of weird how they just don't address it. Like the biggest elephant in the room. I don't know, maybe because the end of the world is kind of happening a little bit, but still. I like having mortals while watching my little sister cannot be this kid. It's like having mortals. No, my gosh. It's like, bro, this is like the 4th person in the past year I have seen had a Danganronpa profile picture or blatantly says I am a Danganronpa fan, and they just, you know, try to be morally superior. Don't. Some messed up stuff happens. Some messed up stuff happens in this game. But what do you think of Chisa as an enabler? Chisa? What's Chisa? Is Chisa in Danganronpa 3? I'm pretty sure. That name sounds familiar. I feel like they were fans of the character designs and called themselves fans. To be fair, Danganronpa's aesthetic hits pretty hard, bro. Danganronpa's aesthetic hits pretty hard. Or I don't know, Twitter people are weirdos. Danganronpa's aesthetic hits really, really hard. It's a psychopop type thing, and it's really good. So I don't doubt why. However, don't play the moral superiority card if you are a Danganronpa fan. It will not end well for you. When are you gonna play Danganronpa on stream? I've thought about it. I know. So the reason why I will not play Danganronpa on stream is because I had immersed myself into the fandom so much. I would know all the spoilers. I know all the spoilers. I would it would not be a blind reaction. I remember everything too fresh in my memory. The only exception would be Danganronpa V3. And that's only because I dropped out after seeing everyone's execution, that I was kind of like, I'm done with Danganronpa for the rest of my life. And even then, I know the ending to that one. Danganronpa is really good, absolutely. Here's the thing, Danganronpa's fun. Danganronpa's a good series. I literally got sucked back into the fandom like 5 years ago. I have not been able to escape it ever since. That being said, you cannot be morally superior if you are a Danganronpa fan. You should play FCC because you know nothing about it on stream. To be honest, I did remember seeing Famicom Detective Club. I have been thinking about it. I don't mind. I just think it's really funny how every time I see Danganronpa discourse nowadays, it's people being like, you're gross for liking this, and literally everyone, including myself, is like, please don't. You're literally throwing yourselves to the wolves. You're asking for it. Like, you're actually asking for it. You're asking to be clowned on. So anyway, that's the Danganronpa franchise, and you should get into it. I like the psychopop. 10 out of 10. It's totally cringe weeb era. Back then when people called Junko Junko Enoshima. I don't like pointing fingers, but it seems I'm pointing fingers. No, for real. Oh my gosh. I like how I just kind of took over stream. This is supposed to be a just chatting stream, and it's just me ranting for 50 million years. Surprisingly, that rant lasted less longer than the penguin drum rant. So thoughts on Reba Under Fire? We'll talk about him next week. Trust me. I'm a coffin of Andy and Lele, but why do you guys ship siblings? I don't. Whoa, wait. Are you saying I'm an Andy and I'm the coffin of Andy and Lele fan, but why do you ship siblings? My thing with Andy and Lele is I don't really even like the game because it has Satanism in it, and I don't mess with Satanism. And I just like the fact that people have more issues with incest than sacrificing your friends and your neighbors and cannibalism and Satanism. And I'm not kidding. Somebody's like, well, the Satanism is bad because no, they're saying the incest is bad because the incest is a fetish. And I'm like, isn't cannibalism a fetish? Because I remember there was like an animator years ago at Cartoon Network who tried making cannibalism her like whole personality. It is absolutely a fetish. I'm also pretty sure Satanism is also a type of fetish. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fetishes out there if you look hard enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, what about the Hysteria White Horse stuff? Also next week. Probably next week as well. Next week. Pretty much everything, like, if we're gonna like deep dive talk about it, it's most likely gonna be on the tier list next week. I don't care. But I normally don't. I don't? I just always think like discourse around Andy and Lele is so funny because like I'm just sitting here in the back enjoying all the Yosuga no Sora comparison memes because it's stupid and no one takes it seriously. Can I be real with you? Yosuga no Sora memes are always funny. Some people be like, you shouldn't like Yosuga no Sora memes, it's incest. And I'm just like, yeah. And I laugh at it because the fandom is so over the top with it. Cause it is. I gotta clear my schedule for next week because goodness, being involved in drama directly is not fun. Listen, I am not involved in all drama. I spectate it or I speak on and commentate on it and move about my day. I just point and laugh, bro. Oh yeah! Speaking of which, since we're talking technically about him, we're gonna talk about him next week. Y'all do realize I'm not a drama tuber, right? Like, I'm actually serious. Y'all do realize I'm not a drama tuber, right? Like, you know that, right? You're not? No? Yes. What is it? We can remove the 18 plus tag? Yes. Was it you're not? I was in a VTuber drama that was huge until I changed my name. You know what? That makes sense. Yeah, I knew that. I know some of you saw that tweet. Because I like had to tweet that out. I'm not a drama tuber. I am 100% biased. Some of you in the Discord were talking about it, saying like, oh, I like your coverage on the situation because you say you're biased and you clarify when your opinion is just your opinion. My tier list streams are 100% biased. It only just doesn't look biased because I try to be as calm and collected as possible. The tier list streams are 100% opinion pieces. I just sometimes line up with the common opinion. She's talking about me, stab me. Yeah. I am here to repeat what I tweeted that day. I am here for the screams, the memes, and the coping and seething. Nothing has changed. Heck, I almost thought I wanted to change the name of the tier list streams to remove tier list because I might offend someone. But then I realized that's stupid. Because I'm not really taking it seriously unless I want it to be taken seriously anyway. If you're stupid and you're more mad that I called you out than the literal 10 and 20 pedophiles were called out last year, and really suspicious groomers that were called out last year, and you're offended that I called out that you said something stupid and sexist, get a job. My apologies for wanting your input. Well, I mean, like, it's not that I don't have my own opinions on something, and not that I don't at least want to add to the conversation, but why do you think I do the tier list once a month when the dramas and stuff have already passed? Heck, we were actually supposed to transition the drama tier list, in big air quotes, to a bi-monthly schedule. It was supposed to be every other month. I wasn't supposed to make a tier list in February. We were supposed to have that tier list in March. But there were so many items on that thing, I had to cover it in February. Okay, I was directly involved in the Joker stuff. Also, whoever just put the Kappa emote on Twitch. Oh my gosh, let me see. The Kappa. I have not seen Kappa. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm 100% biased. I just seem reasonable because I try to be reasonable, but at the same time, I'm going to laugh at you. That's why I went on the Hassan rant. That is 100% my opinion on Hassan and everyone who supports Hassan. I don't give a crap, and I'm not gonna kiss somebody's booty cheeks to be more cordial. You know what I mean? Those streams are for us to just hang out and be as vitriolic as possible. While also not harassing anybody. Because if you harass anyone, I'm gonna kick you out of this stream. Oh yeah, Kendra, I got some very disappointing anime news. What? I wouldn't even say no, the last two streams were pretty vitriolic. Which is funny because I actually try not to be vitriolic. But it's funny though. It's funny how it kind of ended up that way. If I was a VTuber, I wouldn't talk about dramas that aren't directly related to me. Not because I fear the people getting mad, but because I fear some people getting too personal. The Shunji family children is getting an anime. Oh! You're talking about the incest one by the Rent-A-Girlfriend author! Bro, anything with Rent-A-Girlfriend has just become my go-to meme series because I always say Rent-A-Girlfriend will forever get so many seasons, yet no game, no life will. Your favorite anime is never going to get a season 2, and they're all being consumed by Rent-A-Girlfriend. Hey Kendra, ever stumbling over your words and have it severely misinterpreted to an extreme, awful extent? Yes, but not too bad. I try and pick myself up quickly. And you're offended while literally only 20 people watch on stream and an extra 20 people watch the stream. Expose facto. You expose that about that, lol. Dang, I wish I understood what that meant, baton. F you, Kendra. I still have hope. The moment I'm anonymous, my house is on internet. It's coming April 8th. Of course it's coming in April. No Game No Life Season 2 is possible. That hope sailed out the window as soon as they released the movie after 10 years, bro. I've been waiting too. The day that we have a season 2, you know good and well that they're going to milk the crap out of that Dampire femboy. And I will be there to collect his figurines. Trying to deal with the awkward fallout of my bad phrasing. Just wanted to know I wasn't alone. Trust me, everyone stumbles upon their words so badly. I stumble upon my words so much that when I go back and edit them in my clips, I have to constantly edit around myself, stumbling, and it sounds like I'm trying to clip myself in a proper context. Even though it is the context, you're just not hearing me stumble and go, get it 50 times. It was about the people who were talking about being offended of your drama coverage of the overly biased tier stream. People were mad at me? Can I farm them? That's the point. 10 years is not that long in the grand scheme of things. Bro, you can have kids in 10 years. It's only a matter of time. One day we will have a season 2 No Game No Life. One day. And finally we can have colorful isekai again. That's the point. 10 ways. You already said that. Can I farm them? Yes. Yes, I can farm them. I can farm them. Listen, if Asmongold can farm them, I can farm them too. It's the one lesson I learned from him. That smelly, smelly man. Farm. Forever. Like all drama, like obviously not all drama is real. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna farm it. I don't care if you're not my friend or if I don't know you. People always be like, get mad, be like, they're farming me for drama content. Yeah. I'm gonna farm you if I don't have drama if you're not having drama content. And I'm gonna farm you if you do. Cause you're gonna farm me. That's how farming works. You think I'm just gonna not do it in and out of season? Okay. That's how things work. That's how things work. That's how life works. Okay. I've talked so much, I feel like I'm foaming at the mouth. There was one really good isekai recently this season. Which one? Oh yeah, the animator one. I did see the animator one. I didn't watch it though. I saw it. I have picked up the Elusive Samurai finally. So freaking good. Red Ranger isekai. Oh, I thought you were talking about the animator isekai. The Ashton Hall guy was a genius for farming the virtual workout video. Farm, bros. Listen, farm forever. People get mad at people for farming, but unless they're copyright striking, what are they gonna do? Just farm them anyway. Farm them anyway. If Andrew Tate can farm his haters, so can you. If Hassan can farm his haters, so can you. If you can farm yourself, that is exactly what I plan to do if I ever run into the same thing. Because it's funny, and I want to see how people see me outside of myself. Life is full of wonder and mystery. What is it? The tweet got 770 million views on Twitter or something. What is it? What? 770 million. Sounds like a skill issue. Why wasn't it 10 billion? Oh man. Like I said, what is it? I've said it to myself. I talk about what I talk about and I do what I want to the best of my abilities. Because if you try to appease the people around you, you get nowhere in life. I did that for 10, 15 years? I got sick of it after a while. That's why on streams I try to be as real as possible, but not too real, otherwise my model will be photorealistic. Man, I need water. Oh man, those are the major topics I wanted to talk about, and I was not sure if I wanted to talk about it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Maybe one day, if I forget, I mean I really can't forget Danganronpa. It's Danganronpa. Maybe one day I'll play Danganronpa. For real, because like I said, I vicariously lived through the fandom because I didn't have access to M-rated games. So I would look up the free time events and I would look up the character interactions and I would look up let's plays and all that type of stuff, you know? What is it? The one is please put them on. There's also another coming that's going to be a fun, controversial one. Please put them on. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The panties one. Oh my gosh, I for this the iCarly clip. What? I don't like that word. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Oh my gosh, just chatting the yappening part. I can't read Roman numerals. That's usually how these go. I end up taking and dominating the conversation despite wanting to chat with you guys. I mean, I read your comments still. But even then, I like overly take over because I want to like talk about stuff. 17. That's 4. The anime I'm most excited for though. What? Oh yeah, that's right. So last night, I picked up the Elusive Samurai. Brothers! How did nobody talk about this anime last year? How did nobody talk about it last year? This is a good series. I was just giving dating advice to a friend and they took it to an extreme worse scenario. My condolences to your friend. Ugh. This is how it be. It's just how it be. Listen. Stand to the side. Stand proud. Stand proud. Well, I guess in this case, stand aside. Stand very, very far away. The bonfire shall be lit in a minute. Medaka Kuroya is impressive. Praise to my charms. Announcement is a season 2. Are you talking about Medaka? Are you talking about the one with the girl? Oh, this one! I remember seeing this one. That one's so... I didn't personally like it to check it out, but the clips I did see were kind of funny. She's like, listen, this is an anime. You have to succumb to the anime tropes, bro. And he's like, no. But I almost forgot. HOTLINE is coming back. HOTLINE is coming back. Peak is coming back, boys. Rocky Rock's introduction. Rui Rock's introduction to mineralogy. I almost thought you were gonna say the Ladies Rock. Ladies Rock. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but I did like what I saw. The Ladies Rock anime. The one with the rich girls in rock anime. It might be the first time I check out a music-themed anime and not want to roll my eyes. Can I be real with you? This is gonna sound so blasphemous. I don't like K-On! I think K-On! Is boring. It's not just K-On! Really, any music-themed anime makes me roll my eyes. Yes, this also includes Boshi the Rock. I'm not really into anime that make music for the sake of making music. You know what I mean? Like, I'll listen to the music, but like, I'm not gonna watch the anime just so that I can see the band. And obviously it's like supposed to be like a milestone for like the characters. I ain't really into that. Oh my gosh, what is it? Just look at the visuals for the characters. Let me see. Re-rock. Oh yeah! Did you guys see City? Oh yeah, that's right, you did show me Ruri Rock. Oh, this is cute. Did you guys see the trailer for City? I am so tuning into that. For those that don't know, City, the animation, is by the same author of Nichijou. And we will never get a Nichijou season 2. But man, does City look really good. It's been so long. It's been so long since we've had anything animated by the author. Well, not by the author, even though the author has picked up animation. Whew. The new Niji Sanju members just hit 1K subs in the span of 24 hours. I guess it's a good thing unless it's botted. Even if they wanted their play button, they can just they can just ask. They can just ask. Just ask, guys. Can't say anything, can't prove anything. Keep it in the back of your mind. Just keep it in the back of your minds. I'm back. Hello, Mirai. General karaoke when? Like I said, I don't want to do general karaoke a lot because you don't know when. Like, I want to do those for special occasions, but I do want to do more karaoke. That I do want to do. Karaoke is pretty good. Karaoke's good. General karaoke's will be for like special occasions. Only because I want to limit it and always want to be careful. Yay! Dang it, just seen some manga news and this one hurts. What? Special. What? Yes. Special what? Wait, not special. What did you mean by that, Ventus? Danganronpa was tearing up my throat because I screamed a little without realizing it. More than married couple, but not lovers, just went on indefinite hiatus. I feel like I've seen it, but for those that did not know, HOTLINE came back from hiatus, indefinite hiatus. What is it? More than a married couple. More than a married couple. More than a married couple. Oh, I saw this! I saw clips of it on TikTok before I got booted. I kind of thought it looked okay. Wait, what? No, what? No, what? Someone's having a mental crisis. I know that one. No. You see that right there, Mirai? Your nose are feeding into the... I don't know. Mirai, it's to make the perfect ending for the manga. Listen, I can't doubt on that one. That's what Ichikawa did with Land of the Lustrous, and then she just went on to F you, Kendra. Listen. That's what Land of the Lustrous did. They went on a year-long hiatus and then went off to play with their PS5 and their takoyakis. Oh yeah, and be some artist for this franchise called Pokemon for a little bit. And then they came back and did the ending. Then it's okay. I see. Why are you mad at me? Why you say F me for? Oh my gosh. And then we loop back around. I must ask. What did you guys think of the thumbnail for Thursday? I loop back around. I now remember what I also wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys this. The voice cracking is real. Look at her. So basically, for Thursday, like I said, we were gonna play Sonic. But in the meantime, I was working on this because I was like, I want to have like a little Sonic OC illustration, kind of like how I did Cave Story. Yes. It's me. Oh yeah. So I made her last year and then just didn't work on her for a year. But where is Sandra? The funny thing was I actually did incorporate Sandra-like features into this. Also, Kendra, I'm getting something anime news that might interest you. What? I do know about Elusive Samurai getting a season 2, I think, if I remember correctly. Looks ready for Sonic Forces stream. Well, definitely when Sonic Forces becomes a thing, that's definitely what I plan to do. Dragon Maid movie was announced. Now the thing is that I would be interested if I watched Dragon Maid. I don't know why I added N to it. Hi, nice to meet you. Hello, Paparalon. Perfect. I'm showing everybody, we just, as a last-ditch effort, because I'm lost and because I ranted my last rant, I'm showing everybody the character sheet I used to make the Sonic Adventure style avatar. that I made for Thursday stream where we finally play Sonic Adventure. I worked on her last minute because we were supposed to get started in we were basically overdue to start a gameplay stream, but I forgot, and so I was like, why do I feel like there's something missing in the schedule that felt so perfect last year compared to like it felt perfect to stream last year, and why do I feel off? Oh yeah, it's because we're not playing a game. A long-standing game, because we play games, but we don't play long-standing games right now, and I'm like, we need a new one. Yo, looks awesome, thank you. And so they got an amazing director for it too, Tatsuya Ishihara, who did Clannad and Haruhi Suzumiya. To be fair, I did actually get, unironically, I did kind of get Clannad vibes from it, from the way they like did Kana. The trailer, what is it? Really, it looks really, really good. Oh yes! I almost forgot, guys! Y'all are probably so annoyed with me. I have been retweeting fan art of them like crazy. So they just announced Panty and Stocking, more news for Panty and Stocking season 2. I have been the most monogamous husbando haver probably in all of anime. And it broke. That streak broke. That streak freaking broke because of Panty and Stocking twinks. If you get Clannad vibes, I'm out. I don't want to cry. Well, it's Dragon Maid, so definitely not. Well, it's probably gonna cry, but probably not like the cry session from like them. What is it? Let me like blur these out real quick because I'm gonna go off about this. Guys, I'm not kidding. I'm weak now. Unfortunately, your girl has succumbed to husbando fever. I've been retweeting polyester and polyurethane. The other one, I'm gonna call him the other one, Polyu. Polyester and Polyu the entire, like, for a week straight. Like, for, like, the past 3 days. It's not gonna stop, by the way. Unironically, they're so handsome. Twink A, Twink B. But you know I'm most excited for next season though. Fire Force season 3 and Go Go Loser Ranger season 2. I did hear that they announced a season 2 for Loser Ranger. I did not hear about that they announced season 3 for Fire Force. Listen, brothers, their character portraits are so freaking ugly. But they're actually, I've already started fan art, by the way. Like the day it was announced. Let me pull it up. I have already started. This is the fastest I have ever pulled out fan art for something. Ever. Where is it? Where are you? I gotta pull this out because this is the fastest I have ever sketched, I have ever drawn anything in my life. They were, apparently my mind was like, they are that hot, bro. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. What is it? Here we go. I have like the full the sketch is ready. It took a day to finish it too. And then I still have to like actually do the line art and everything. Oh my gosh, where are you? Here you are. Unironically. What is it? We can like swap you out with this one. Oh my gosh. Here we go. There we go. It's kind of weird looking. There you go. Within a day. Loser Ranger, let's go. To be honest, I'm more obsessed with the ending theme of Loser Ranger than I am with Loser Ranger. Can I be real with you? Granted, I kind of been into Kitami for a while. Within a day, mind you, this thing was made in a day. This is the fastest I have ever made fan art for anything. I still gotta do the sketch. And I'm trying to still kind of decide what I want the sketch and not the opening. Sheesh. No, I like the opening. I kind of could care less about the anime a little bit. Even though I did like the premise. What is it? It just needs a little color. That's all. I still need to get the line art because this isn't the final product. But I was like, yeah, these are some hot guys. Oh my gosh. Specifically polyester, because originally it was just going to be a polyester piece, but unfortunately my need to pair twins together unfortunately has come to catch up with me. And to be honest, polyurethane ain't looking too bad either. Oh my gosh. Kendra, I'm gonna give you a bad haircut. Why? It was the fastest I ever made full-blown fan art of everything. And it was the first time I like tried putting stuff into like, not the first time I've tried putting stuff into perspective, but I'm trying my hardest to start making it, because originally it was gonna be a faster, flatter piece, but I'm like, I don't want it to be flat. I want it to look good, and I want this to be ready by the time the anime releases so I can just drop the speed paint on the same day. What do you mean you're not caring about the anime? Because the opening sounds better. Listen, I told you guys, if I don't watch a series, there's a high chance I will at least know about it because I like the opening theme. That's how it goes. I am a music junkie, and unfortunately, due to pain, I still can't believe the only reason why I'm doing fan art is because of freaking Penny and Stocking Twigs. Keep in mind, when I made an innocuous tweet like weeks ago saying, hey, so what if I made art of Kayuki and Neru as adopted sisters because of the Hiragi stuff going on? And I haven't touched it in like weeks. I just have not touched it. We have polyester and polyurethane, bro. But what was I going to show? I was going to show this. I was going to show the full illustration since we had... No! No hawk to us. Oh, cool. Yeah, so this was the full like illustration. Not gonna lie, can I be real with you? I know I'm gonna probably anger some people with this. So I put this off because I was intimidated by the style. The Sonic adventure style is not as hard as I thought. It's not perfect. It could be a little better, but it wasn't as hard as I thought. And I started to realize, why do artists charge so much for this style? My message. Wait, what? Ah! Why do artists charge so much for this style, if I gotta be honest with you? What is it? Here, allow. Keep your twink. I'm a stocking glazer to the end and back. Listen. I'm a fan of stocking, panty. Listen, I'm a fan of everyone. Knee socks and stockings specifically. However, unfortunately, actually not. If I really got to put it in order, it goes stocking, knee socks, polyester. Oh my gosh. Man. Yeah, to be honest, I wonder what they're gonna do for the. Can I be real with you? The one thing I'm curious about they're gonna do with the panty and stocking, it's gotta be what are they gonna do with the opening theme? Are they gonna like reuse the old one? I think they're gonna remake a new one, but like it'd be kind of cool if they used the old one or made a remix of the old one that's longer. That would be so good. Cause I've been listening to the old theme. The old, like the first panty and stocking theme, and it sounds so good. I really wish they would have made an extended version. Oops, I accidentally extended this part. Barely see the Twitch hydrates and stuff. Oh my gosh. If I can't see your message or you don't see your message, tell me so I can immediately get to it and unblock it. Because I know, I don't know what Twitch is up to. I don't even have Twink banned. They just automatically. I don't hate Panty, but I don't like her. Growing up is realizing that Panty is just as pretty as Stocking. It's the simplicity in it, bro. It's the simplicity in her design, bro. Especially Scanty and Knee Socks, their designs are pretty much on par with Panties, if I gotta be real with you. They're so simple, yet it works, you know? It works. My thing, though, is who are they gonna get to dub, because of course they would have the two brothers be named PP. How are they gonna like design? Who are gonna voice them? Can I be real with you? I kind of hope they get Johnny Young Bosch to voice Polyester. Just flat out, it would be funny. It's not about the designs. It's about the designs for me, bro. The characters it's like the character interactions on top of the designs. Because if it's an ugly character with good interactions, yeah, I'll remember that character. Yeah, I'll remember that. Oh my gosh. Speaking of characters that are quote unquote ugly. You know what? Nah, I'll save that rant for another day. Maybe. I'll voice Polyurethane. What is it? No, bros, can I be real with you? So, on top of the Danganronpa discourse that happened, bros, I saw Yamato One Piece discourse in the year, and I hate saying phrases like this, in the year 2025. Guys, enough is enough. Yamato's Yamato. Let's be real here. Oda ain't shy about adding trans characters, bro. He's not. We literally. Can I be real with you? I kind of think Kiku looks better than Yamato. Controversial as it is, she looks way better because she's actually supposed to be a trans character, and I like Ivankov and Bon Clay more. But that's just my opinion. No, not Yamato. Stop. Yamato's pronouns are Odin self. Come on, I'm so sick of Yamato discourse. Can I be real with you? Like, this is Oda we're talking about. He has like explicitly stated that Luffy does not have a speech bubble because he literally does what he thinks. Anyway, it'd be pointless to give him a speech bubble. Not only that, Oda's made like a ton of trans characters anyway, so it doesn't make sense why he would make the one character that like, would not be, like, the one character be ambiguously trans. Freaking Bon Clay and Ivankov are the MVPs of One Piece. One of the biggest fan theories is that Crocodile is actually a woman and then went to Bon Clay to change her gender so that she would be taken more seriously as a warlord. Do you know how cool and world building that adds? Especially since Oda intentionally makes Crocodile every time he draws Crocodile as a child, the most androgynous character you can think of. Listen, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool is all I'm saying. It's cool is all I'm saying. Listen, he ain't shot, and then slightly confirmed it with the One Piece live action, because Oda said every change in the One Piece live action goes through me. So he approved that a female crocodile had to show up back then. I am all for this, by the way. I think it's cool. I think it adds world building to Crocodile, is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying, especially since he's like one of the lesser villains earlier on. That's all I'm saying. Thought bubble. Oh my gosh. Croc Mom, yes. Let's go. Listen, I just really don't understand. Like, we have trans characters in One Piece, bro. I just don't see why I mean, like I said, I kind of think Kiku looks a lot better than Yamato. Heck, I think a lot of characters look better than Yamato. I ain't saying she's a badly designed character. I just remember that Kiku exists, and I barely remember that Yamato exists, is all I'm saying. Crocmom is canon. Fight me if you disagree. Listen, I'm just waiting for Oda to pull the trigger, because there's way too many clues saying that, telling us that Crocodile is, then he isn't. You know what I mean? With all the hate One Piece gets, One Piece is one of the more progressive shonens in trans representation. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And not only that, but like, I'm also really confused with the discourse. Heck, can I be real honest with you? I think the dub made a smart choice casting a non-binary actor to play Yamato while still keeping the feminine but still introducing masculinity. That was such a smart choice, by the way. That was the smartest choice. And not only that, she sounds like, they sound like what Yamato would sound like anyway. So they casted perfectly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I am an English dub junkie. I will listen to see if you fit. Oh my god. One Piece is one of them. Yeah. It has its issues. Major issues related to a certain samurai creator. But in the story itself, One Piece is One Piece. Speaking of which, Vegapunk's dub is awesome. I have not... Oh, Vegapunk. Oh, that's right. They are dubbing now according to the time. I always forget that it's like I mentioned the dub, but it's like blows my mind every time I bring up that One Piece still gets dubbed. Because if you remember back in the day, they stopped dubbing One Piece due to licensing issues. And so they had a lot of catching up to do. And it was like, wow, we really have like kind of weekly One Piece dubs now. It feels amazing. You know what I mean? It's like when I think about D. Grayman and how at one point I was watching D. Grayman and then I stopped, and then years later I found out that the second half of the series was never dubbed. And then I'm just like, man, we do have that second half of D. Grayman now. Man. I wish D. Grayman would get another anime. It's not gonna happen though. Made the author angry. Made the author angry. Don't make authors angry. Y'all know about like the D. Grayman controversy, right? About why we'll probably never get another anime. Like, I hope one day we do, but for the most part, we're never gonna get another D. Grayman anime. Okay, what is it? Tell us, please. So, D. Grayman is like a gothic really beautiful gothic aesthetic, like cathedrals, everything the aesthetic of Victorian era. And it's about exorcists and the Akuma, but not demon Akuma. It's like these mechanical creations. You gotta read D. Grayman to get it. However, I also don't recommend it because the author only releases a chapter like 3 times a year. Ogre Akuma? Ogre Akuma? Let me see. No. You will have to like read D. Grayman to get what I mean. It's like so different. You will understand what I mean. It has like a specific vibe to it. And the first anime that came out was very unique for embracing and understanding the assignment. And it leaned into that gothic, doomsday, these characters may not live, but you cheer for them, the shonen tropes and everything. And our main character is Alan Walker. And what's interesting about the D. Grayman series is that the first anime, the early 2000s anime, adapted stories, and there was filler, adapted stories from, yes, the manga, but also adapted stories from the light novels. And so you're getting extra content that was just not there, even in the manga. And it's really, really good. And I highly recommend it. However, after a certain point, they had to stop production on the anime because the author fell ill and she had to make a new schedule where eventually it was weekly, turned bi-weekly, turned monthly, turned tri-monthly, meaning every 3 months you get a chapter, and due to her health, those chapters are not long, but people have still been following for like over 10 years. And so, after a while, in 2016, if I remember correctly, or 2015, D. Grayman, the publishers were like, you know what? We want to do another anime to make D. Grayman more relevant again. And they did that. And it had updated visuals. It was kind of more pretty boyish. It was more pretty boyish. And not like the manga where the characters are pretty, but they're more of like a gothic type of pretty. And they're like, not ska. I'm trying to remember the term for like Japanese punk culture. They're kind of more like that, but like still in a clean Victorian type fashion. The anime kind of goes for just a modern, pretty aesthetic, and it's not my favorite, but D. Grayman is back. However, bye Ken, bye Mirai. However, oh man, how do I even explain this? So one day, as the new anime D. Grayman Hallow is out, one of the production teams released this one specific piece of official art. Now, you and I know that in modern day anime, a series like D. Grayman and similar series like Black Butler have a lot of fangirls, and a lot of those fangirls like to ship. And the production team was like, the main character and this other character named Kanda, they kind of hate each other, but they're also really hot. Why don't we release production art of Kanda and Alan laying side by side? They're not touching, but they are shirtless. They're shirtless, and they look mighty sexy. The author proceeded to go on her Instagram and rant about how much she hated how they treated the series, and she was so mad. They don't even release a Blu-ray. They never release Blu-rays of Hallow. And the anime just was prevented from continuing. She then proceeded to apologize, delete her Instagram. She's back now. But after that, we have never gotten an anime since. There is no D. Grayman Hallow Season 2. And it's pretty sad because some revelations came in the recent chapters, and anime onlys just don't know. So, yeah. Yeah. Some authors understand that the fangirls will ship, but there are some authors who will stand their ground. And that is my, that's why. That's, yeah, that's the story of why D. Gray Man just doesn't have an anime anymore. Hello still exists. You probably still see it on some streaming services. But, yeah, it's kind of like the author of Fruits Baskets, where they were like, this butchered my anime. The anime butchered my work, which, by the way, I still like the old anime because it's not melodrama after one another. Not bad melodrama, but you gotta alleviate some of the drama, man. But you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? You know, it sucks being a fan. Ain't it like that, guys? Ain't it be like that? Ain't it be like that? Yeah. I've been talking for 2 hours and a half hours, 2.5 hours. Talking and barely talking to you guys. I've just been talking. I'm a talking head. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I do this every single time. I'm sorry. I end up using this as like a talking place, and even though it's called Just Chatting, I'm just talking. It is what it is. But you know what? Professional yapper. Hello, Proxy. I know some of you guys came in chat and were also saying hi. I am so sorry. But yes, Proxy, I guess I am a professional yapper. If you can't tell, I talk a lot on here because I don't talk a lot out there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But either way, I need some water. I don't even know. I'm like, I want to be like, hey guys, how is your day now? But it's like been 2 hours. Can I even do a how's your day? Can I even do a how's your day? Hi guys, how's your day? Yeah, I rented it for like 2 to 3 hours. How's your day? That's the dust from all the yapping earlier. Oh my gosh, I may be a professional yapper, but I like the yaps. I like the yaps. I don't get to talk to a lot of fans and people in fandoms. Oh my gosh. Sheesh, I joined back in at some time. Yeah, I was talking about D. Gray Man. I was talking about D. Gray Man. And why we'll never get another D. Gray Man anime. I mean, at least we still have the manga. We still have the manga. If you're willing to wait 3 times a year for a manga. The author took a hiatus last year and said they're not getting a new chapter until 3 months later. So we'll probably get a chapter in April. I don't have to worry about that though. I'm not caught up with the manga yet because I already know about that schedule. I ain't doing that. I know the author of Black Clover recently switched to the tri-monthly schedule. Was it tri-month? I think they said tri-monthly or monthly. I think I think Black Clover switched to the same schedule as D. Gray Man, and I was like, first time, guys, first time. Bro was having a hard time. He was like, yeah, so my bowels basically are getting sick, and my family's getting sick, and I'm getting sick. But I'm gonna continue the manga, guys. Everybody's just like, bro, rest. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should get into Black Clover. I remember everybody made fun of it back in the day, but apparently it's like really, really good now. Still funny though. Good luck. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm out. I'm out of fuel in my throat for the yaps. How was your day, everybody? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How are you guys in this fine lovely day? Good? Good. Or I shall succeed in taking over the world. Another day. Let us see who we shall raid on this fine evening. Let me see. On YouTube side, we got Pippa, Cara Malone, Roscoe. Oh, Otska is collabing with FaZe Girl. Everybody, clips, low effort clips. So we'll be doing an off collab with Himamiya. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me yap forever. For I shall yap some more. Great. I hope to be there. Yep. I just set up the redirect for after stream, and on Twitch side, we shall see who we shall raid over there. Thank you guys for putting up with my yaps. Thank you for putting up with the yaps. Let's see. For the people I am following, there is Hanami Yoshino. Ooh, it's been a while since we rated Professor Bloom, but that one's also Purinari. It's now? Okay, I'll be there then. Yeah, let's do Purinari. So cute! Her model's so cute. But yeah. I'm sorry I yapped for like 2 hours. And took over the conversation. I'm so sorry, guys. But otherwise, I shall see you all next time. Hold up. Thank you guys for participating in this yap session is basically what I'm saying. I need to get some water. Kendrillion out.
You